Fucking sell out.
Give me my light.
St. Electric's a sellout. There we go.
Strimmin.
So Peter will be joining us in like 45 minutes-ish.
Then we can do our shit talking.
Yeah, then we can talk shit about St. Electric all night.
Take a pause and talk shit about improv. And then subscribe to our Patreon for the shit talk part of the episodes.
Salty Patreon.
Salty Patreon.
You know, it's a bunch of bullshit.
Where were we?
It's like the modern day Andy Rooney.
I don't argue that.
Gotta be old to know who Andy Rooney is. Why? Why is this happening?
Have you noticed that when you get change for a nickel? Oh, yeah. Buy penny candies when I was a kid. Telephones these days, you just can't see the person you're talking to. With their Walkmans.
Everything is better now.
Everything's better now. We have a microwave that sings a little song. Made up lyrics too. Everything is better now.
Nice.
Go ahead and take a look at your end of session questions.
Already changed them.
Boom. Let's see, what did we do last time? We had Zeph start with a verse. Warden going boom, I have written down. I'm sure that's fine. Hugh follower. Oh yeah, we got a follower.
Oh yes, this follower is great. I forgot his name.
Got a name for him, right? Grover Finch.
Oh, Grover
Finch. And Grover Finch is a young follower sent to watch over Hugh because he's been fucking off. Meets target, same crisp and new patrol cloak, very young and eager. And Mog's soul's in a saint now.
Mog Squamous is dead for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, no, Mog's fine. Zeph's first was that, oh yeah, that was how Zeph got hooked up to be a custodian. Zeph was killed by a minor god of shellfish at work, brought back by Saint Electric by the what do you guys custodians? The deal was you could die or help become a custodian himself.
Oh yeah, he's indentured in his life.
Destroyed the god with a bunch of sand and it turned into a giant pearl. Then the guy did the like, you're not my partner, you're on my replacement thing.
I'll never understand how I'm in this game every week, and yet half the time I'm like, I don't remember any of what you're saying. I was there for it, and I don't remember that.
Let's see, everyone went to Thalatha's. Regional antiquities, linger stuff, god of travel depicted on a poster, the classy traveler. We go far and wide to go the extra mile for you, painted on the side of a barge. Radio consecrated to a foreign electric god, which Zeph took after you destroyed your car radio so you wouldn't get any more assignments. Then you got a new assignment through that radio. But yeah, oh yeah, I just have written down, wow, a lot of stuff happened. Mog got meat grinder from Salesa for her soul. That's right. And the meat grinder lets you cut off your limbs and grind them up and then grow them back by grinding them, which is cool. Super cool. So Mog is now selling Mog bites. I think Ren went and visited the Pox Monks for a bit. I don't have any details on what happened there, though. I don't think a whole lot.
Oh yeah, I was like, I think I got upset about a soul being gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then tried to ask them if it had happened to me. And they were like,
I
You should get a therapist.
just do like broken bones and wounds.
And we're ready to complete the Sleepless Warden, though I feel like that's a thing we should do when all four of us are here.
We did get a new assignment, the Miraculous Clinic of the Bleeding Witness. Reports
Oh,
of regenerated
jeez.
limbs like baby flesh, some unhollowing of people, body transference. They put terminally ill people into fresh bodies, and traumatic memory erasures. Um, and Ren knows that the Cairn Maiden can't be seen around the clinic. You got a clue from Mog, some garden charms. Then you did a journey scene. Oh yeah, the journey scene. Saw a Central Glottage police billboard. The Maw deep underground at the police station where undesirable are thrown. Friends of the Glottage police. They're just doing their job. There's recent police deaths blamed on no partners, just the cloak. The cloak protects the faithful. And the billboard was like a 1940s WPA poster with someone holding a magnifying glass saying the innocent have nothing to hide.
We are really scary.
Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, and then you remember time. It was the first time Bastion saw his name on a flyer. He was hassled for cops by cops for performing. Cops came to school and let Zuff touch the cloak board. And cops let a vault saint run wild to protect the fortunes of rich folks. Then you went up to Welkin's Vigil and drove up around by where the windmill saints are, which are super gross.
Oh, yeah.
How can you tell the windmill saints were not willing sacrifices? You could see the chains growing into the flesh where they were attached. There's fences around the windmills and signs not to talk to or listen to them. Don't believe their lies. There's a don't pick up hitchhiker sign with a windmill silhouette. And the work crew is removing a roadside memorial to a sacrifice there.
What is wrong with us?
Yeah, no, this is just the world, man. You met up with a bird watcher whose name was mm,
Better not be Cletus, like a traitor.
Harlan Scythe. Okay. Harlan Scythe was a little fancy boy, had an expensive cloak.
Oh yeah, there was Cloak Club.
That little bird cane and two sets of binoculars, and he was like, "You guys have to be quiet because the warden is out and about." And there was a lot of stomping around. The warden is, in fact, out and about, and apparently is attacking people who are making too much noise just out in the fields around the village. And you got a clue and a conspiracy clue for that. I think that's where we left it after Harlan fucked off. Wishes. Let's see the other assignments. I like the scary hospital. What has baby been up to? The warden saint question.
Oh, baby.
Play with new powers. Wrap up Welcome's Vigil. Mog and the Locket. What happened in Vigil after you kind of abandoned it for a while. Hugh wants to use his book ability. We want to see more conflict between Hugh and Grover. Answering the saint question and more rolling. That's what I have.
Oh yeah, I think I didn't roll it all last time.
Cool.
But plenty happened.
It happened. Let's see. What are our current assignments? Current assignments are the Sleepless Warden. You've answered question first one. So now you have to answer if the warden was awakened accidentally, what new purpose could it serve? So the complexity 6, and you can resolve the assignment by working with the community to integrate the warden in the modern world. And you've got a whole bunch of clues, 7 available clues for that. And you have no clues at all. We've got the Skyward Sprawl, where you can either find out where the hollowed corpse of the Sprawl Saint is interred, figure out why the Sprawl is growing, or figure out how the schism between the Sprawl and the Slag King to be healed. No clues for that. And then there's the Miraculous Clinic of the Bleeding Witness. What is the hidden cost of the miracles being performed here? That will let you unlock the next question, which is, can the custodians put a meaningful end to the suffering here? Which unlocks one of the next questions. which outlawed faith poses the greatest threat, or who is secretly funding the unsanctioned work of Clink. No clues there either.
Oh, interesting. Is the sprawl the first one we've had that doesn't require an unlock?
Yeah, I think so. It's got a 4, 6, and 8. You can just do whatever you like.
Interesting.
And you are 2 conspiracy clues away from the confrontation. So roll for them clues.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm all about doing some investigation to get some clues. Seems like a good thing to do.
Yeah, so y'all are in Welcome's Vigil, like by the cliffs, by the windmills, I guess. The battle saint is on the loose, so caution is advised.
Shouldn't yell for baby, but I want to yell for baby.
Or hope baby doesn't yell for you.
Oh no.
Wow, everybody's so inspired thanks to me too.
Oh,
That's
Well,
awesome.
yeah, I'm double inspired, I think.
Yeah.
Ren is, yeah, double inspired.
That means I get like advantage, right?
Yeah,
You can use it.
All
Which
right.
you
Nothing
probably
bad can
wanna
happen to me.
do
Got
so
it.
that you don't have all your condition slots filled up.
Yeah, that's true. I should do it very quickly.
Because right now, if you get another condition, you're fucked.
You have a condition that says not yet time, not a condition. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, because something happened. Well, now I have that move, but you gave it to me because I rolled well, and I have like 1 use of a not yet time.
Oh yeah. So that is a condition, but it's just like inspiration. You can use it for advantage. So
you've got 3 advantage rolls you can use.
Double inspired by the Watcher in the Wings and 1 inspired by the Karen Maiden.
I'm just a coiled spring ready to go. I would like to look for a clue or something.
Let's investigate things. Although
look around.
As much as it's probably dumb, we should probably leave Wilkins Vigil since we don't want to. All we have left to do there is solve it, which feels weird to do without everybody here.
Question, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we can wait for the freewheeling discussion.
There's a couple places we haven't been there too.
Have Peter and Ben come back. It's like, yeah, we took care of Sleepless Vigil. Done.
Yeah. Anyway.
Bad idea.
Yeah. Where haven't we been?
I have not been to the. Where are the other ones? You have not been to the Skyward Sprawl, and you have not been to the Miraculous Clinic of the Bleeding Witness.
Oh, I thought you meant in Welcome's Vigil.
Oh, sorry, yeah, in Welcome's Vigil. You have not been to the Chapel of the Fog Mantle or Founders Row.
Or where's that punk kid?
He's around somewhere.
You know that I feel like the Miraculous Clinic of the Bleeding Witness is apropos for where we're at in the story. Just in that, I feel like Sebastian, we get that assignment, and Sebastian, I think, might also think, hey, maybe that have an idea of what's going on with Mog. Maybe they have like a resolification potion ritual pendant spell.
You have to get Saint first. So. Yeah, I mean, we haven't done much in Welcome's Vigil for a while, so if you go and come back, that clock is ticking. But you're welcome to do whatever you like. So.
But we're there now, so doesn't that mean we just did something there?
I mean, you're there now, yeah.
Oh, I would love to ask around about baby.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's true. This is where baby went rogue, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Last we saw, baby had attacked the
punk kid,
the head of the Wilkins
fucked up punk kid,
or the Interest Preservation Society. Yeah, you want to check out one of the new places, Founders Row or Chapel of the Fog Mantle. Fog Mantle on the cliffs again, or
where do you think baby would have gone?
Anywhere.
Probably in a chapel. He loves like places he should be quiet.
um, yeah, the mantle's on the chapel's on the north side of town. It's a you can see it from the cliffs. Even it's a small domed temple. There's a whole bunch of flagpoles in the courtyard that flap around. And there's actually a bunch of colorful kites and prayer flags that flutter in the wind. There's a faded but still beautiful mural that wraps around the outer stone wall. And notably for y'all, there is a mixture of licensed deities and more obscure unlicensed gods from the coastal territories that are represented here in the chapel. As you approach, your paint the scene question is, what local variations of sky deities are represented here? What aspects of modern life does the chapel denounce? And what tenets of these sky gods does the temple proclaim instead? I'll drop that in chat.
Could you say that again? Or oh, never mind. Thank you.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It really helps me when you put it also at the chat.
Yeah.
Autism. The chapel denounces ceilings. There's no ceilings.
So the dome is like open at the top.
Yeah.
One of
Or like the whole
local-
building. It's like it seems like there's a ceiling, but if you look up, it looks like a mural of the sky, but it's actually just open.
They have a local variation they call Cirrus, who's all about the clouds. And if you follow Cirrus, one of the tenets of Cirrus is just like to be like a cloud, just kind of float through life. You know, don't take actions, don't think, make decisions. You just float around and you let the wind blow you whichever way it's supposed to go.
Yeah. And the reason there's no ceilings is that people believe they should not be separated from the sky. Ever.
Exactly.
Nice. Yeah. You enter the temple. It's very soothing, very relaxing there. There's lots of like poetry written, kind of like woven in with the murals on the sides of the wall. And you can actually see kind of in like a disused corner. There are a bunch of antique rifles and uniforms kind of piled up. But you're met by a sky priest there. Older gentleman. He's got like kind of wispy silver hair, kind of shocked out, like really like dark chocolatey skin. But his eyes are all kind of like pale blue and clouded over. He's got a cream colored suit with little tassels that are like wind chimes that cling, cling, cling. And you actually meet him as he's just leaving the temple. He's got a little walking stick that has kind of like cool lightning scars in it. And before you see him, actually, you hear his dog kind of yapping after him as he comes out. What would you like to do here?
Investigate. Excuse me, sir. Try to be very light and airy. When in Rome.
His dog is kind of like just like yapping around his feet, and he's just like Koji, we'll go. You can't. We're going into town to get him some treats at the third watch. Is it third watch? Yeah, third watch. Get some treats at the third watch. Angel or not Angel? Who's the Nikki? Nikki always has an extra something for him. But you look like you're here for a reason. What is that reason?
My friend Rin here. I believe, aren't you looking for a friend of yours? You're looking
Oh,
for a friend of yours, yes?
yeah. Um, have you seen or noticed like a small child being sharp teeth, like kind of owlish
Oh,
claws,
um,
sharp claws, very sharp claws.
wait, I think we'll just roll straight to an investigation here because I want to see uh, this will determine what baby's been up to.
Okay, can I use one of my
Yep, you sure can.
Oh, okay. I would love to use one of my things on that.
Also, probably
Um,
good to free up a slot.
this will be presence, I think.
Great, that's what I have 0 in.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, so mark off one of those, and look at the dice roller here. Dice roller. Great. So it'll be 3 dice. Take the top two, and that's it, I think.
6, 4, and a 4.
So 4 and 4. That will be
10.
10. Perfect. Great. So that gets you a clue indeed. What clues do you already have? Hmm. Did you get that one already? Yeah, you did. That was fun. Yeah, let's do that. Um, yeah, I think he says, "Oh, baby is a friend of yours."
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I'm afraid baby caused quite a stir in town.
Yeah, this makes sense.
Sounds like baby.
Was actually chased out by some of the more enthusiastic members of the watch. But he's actually found haven here in the temple, and I think his demeanor has calmed quite a bit.
He does love the sky.
Does. Um, I don't blame them for chasing him away, though. There's
I'm pretty that they managed to is impressive.
now they've gotten quite organized in the last week or two. Um, the the residents have taken it upon themselves to form their own little militia. Um,
Hmm.
so so many of them have lost family members to the draft in the last war against the Lingers. I think they want to guide their own destiny in that respect. If one goes, we all go. I think they've been saying.
Whoa.
No. Um, but to the best of their knowledge, your baby friend is safely outside of the town limits where things are. Um, the historical society has been very concerned about damage to the historical um, sites and locations here. Baby did not seem to have a lot of regard for warning signs or admonitions. I believe
Yeah, never does. You have to be really direct with him. He doesn't really understand indirect.
patients attempted to issue him several citations, which he ate.
Oh, I wish I had seen that.
No, but you're
Yeah.
here. If you want to say hello, and he kind of gestures up, and there's a not a gallery per se, but kind of like it looks like it's almost like a decorative kind of railing with a very narrow walkway near the top of the dome that's open, and looking in to the temple, you can actually see baby is just like perched on the railing,
Oh,
hands and feet.
can
Uh,
Ren climb up there with them?
yeah, yeah.
Maybe.
And
Yeah, I have this like vision of them sitting beside each other in the rafters.
the clue you got from that was side character hints that many welcome residents have lost family members to military drafts in the past.
Mm.
Yeah, you can go hang out with baby if you want to.
Yeah, I think there's like a fade out on Ren sitting right beside baby and saying like, "So, are you happy here, baby?" Oh yeah, and then you can fade to something else. He's just like a little last like reunion between the two of them.
Get Sky Priest Leon Suleiman.
Leon, the Sky Priest.
That was the
So, Leon.
He is hanging out. What is Sebastian up to?
I mean, I think I was just there with Ren. I think after a while of letting them hang out with baby, Sebastian's like, we should probably go investigate this new clinic and see what's going on. Is baby joining us?
Baby. One last adventure.
I think maybe seems like they found a happy place here at the temple.
I know. I think that's what it is. I think Ren is like, oh, I understand.
You could probably
Well,
go if you wanted to, but
no, I think that Ren like senses that and is like, oh, well, I'm glad you found somewhere you're happy.
maybe,
Oh,
maybe,
I love you. And I
maybe.
think Ren says, I love you too.
His voice is starting to crack a little bit.
Oh.
Maybe, maybe.
Well, we'll come back and visit sometime soon.
In fact, you can see his hands are kind of shriveled a little bit, kind of like
Oh,
and his feet have become more claw-like.
sweet man.
Cool. Do you want to do
Yeah,
it?
so we go.
To somewhere else?
Yeah, journey to the thingy clinic, what's it placey?
That's good. Scary place for people body swap.
Scary place with a bunch of shysters.
Journey. We've done those. We've done those. Hmm. Cool. Journey phase, then it is. The journey scene. As you travel, you drive by that construction site, the dig that you drove by before. They had the construction site is visible by the side of the road, along with the usual traffic cones and safety vests bearing the mark of the watchful step. Preparations are underway for some sort of dig or foundation work. The dig is the pit is much deeper now than it was last time you saw it. It's been a little while, and has been illuminated from below. A large area that's been excavated. Question is, paint the scene. What unusual methods have been used to excavate the area? And what new equipment or material makes you question the purpose of the dig? Get that chat.
And sorry, what was the purpose of this place again? Or what do we know about the
Um,
place?
it looks like um, it looks like someone's digging like a foundation for something. Maybe it's a large excavation site.
And we don't know that it's associated with any particular deities or anything, do we?
No, no.
I think, okay, this is very gross and we can roll it back if we need to. But I think it's pretty obvious that there's like splattered humans' bodies
Hmm.
all over as if humans had been made into dynamite. Dynamite sacrifices.
That goes along with what I had thought of
Oh, good.
as
I'm glad
well.
it was, as long as it's not animals. I think we're
Exactly. No, because I
okay.
was thinking that normally where there'd be like bulldozers and backhoes and things, there's some kind of hallowed people that basically have been that have very large, wide mouths that have obviously been like ah, nah, nah,
Oh,
nah, nah, ah, nah, 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 you know, excavating the pit,
oh,
and
I
they're still
hate
parked
it.
there. And so like we see a couple of them just looking at him like ah, ah, nah, 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 ah, nah, 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 nah,
That's so scary.
Fucking fades. Yeah.
Hmm.
people dozers, people hose. That's that's not right. That's
And the
people chompers.
recall comment
Jumpers.
is, what events from your past do you wish you had left buried?
Oh,
And you can have that conversation in the car if you like.
I think Sebastian is still feeling. He's come down a little bit, but you know he just had that episode where he was ready to burn the entire market down, and so I think he's like, you know, you, I don't know that any of you have seen that side of me before, but I mean, obviously it's part of me, and it's not the first time that has come out. Uh, and I mean, at least this time it was almost or as justified as something like that could be. That you know, a friend of mine had lost their soul, and I thought they'd maybe been done wrong, or their soul had been taken from them, and that's a big deal. But I mean, in the past, it hasn't always been so justified. Especially like early on. You know how much I love my art, and there were times in the past when I felt unjustly treated, when I felt there's something I deserved and I didn't get it. And I thought I was merely putting things right when I would take actions against those who got what I thought I deserved, to get them out of the way so that I could have it. That is not something I'm proud of. It's something I try to keep in check, and it is another way in which I think having you all, my companions, helps. We temper each other. We keep each other's darker sides in check. We keep each other's impetuousness hopefully in check, and stop each other from doing impulsive things that maybe we would regret later. And I want you to know I appreciate that about you, even though in the moment I may fight and I may disagree and I may curse you, but in the long run, I think I depend on you all to save me from those more impetuous and dark parts of myself. So don't ever hesitate to speak up if you think I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing. Because I think I will always listen to you.
There's like a long, thoughtful silence in the car after that. And finally, Ren is like, I, I, I mean, none of us would be in this car unless we hadn't had something that we are running from or running towards or want more than our freedom. But I think I would be more worried about you if you hadn't reacted. We saw something. I mean, I don't care what God you worship. What Mog is undergoing is worse than death. And 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 I think the thing that gets me the most is that death was supposed to be the release. It's supposed to be the exit door. It's supposed to be the pull cord where it could finally be over, where it should be the eyes shutting at the end of a long day, happy and satisfied. There shouldn't be something that keeps you from that kind of embrace of the Cairn Maiden. And I have a confession. I haven't been scared on this trip yet. I thought I had faced everything, and I thought I was beyond all being afraid because I was certain about what was going to happen to me. I was going to keep walking towards her and walk right into her arms. But Mog is never going to get to meet her. And I think that it makes sense that you might have a strong reaction to that. I think we all react in our own ways. But this is the first time in my life I've been around people who actually do care. And I think it's working on me.
Do you think that it is the nature of our gods, regardless of which god you follow? I mean, I feel this applies to all deities. Do you think that they inspire and bring out the best in us or the worst in us? Or some combination? Is it the fact that we are complicated beings? Does it just amplify whatever we already are, whether it be good or bad? What is the God's roles in all this? I mean, I always thought it was like a guiding beacon for us to follow to keep us on the right path. But now sometimes it feels like that path is a bad path. What is us and what is, I'm not sure what is within us and what is brought out of us by the gods.
I don't know if there's even a way to win. I mean, 5 years ago, I would have said, yeah, it's because the God's path is rotten. It can only lead to death making. It requires some to suffer for a few to benefit. I would have been right there with you. I would have said, we get off the path. But something I learned being a Solomon and not wanting to fall prey to the banking god that only a few of us could even benefit from. But I found that walking a path that wasn't the God's path was still in reaction to it, and I still was caught in the sway of the God. I learned more about the banking god probably than his devotees, because in order to run away from something, you have to know where it is. So there's really no way of escaping them. And I've tried. I've tried to do everything opposite. And my parents tried to cover everything up to the first bank burning down. Whatever the newspaper said. Electrical accident. Well, I was the electrical accident, and they don't want you to know. But all I learned from that was you can't escape the sway of the gods.
No matter
So
what
I
your
chose
means.
death.
You never know if what you're doing is acting against the will of the gods, or if you're playing right into their hands. And by acting against them, what you're actually doing is what they want you to do.
Oh,
There's just no way to know. So I guess we do what we feel in the moment, and that's all we can do.
yeah. It's gotten us this far.
If we just have to let go of wondering what's our will and what's the God's will, because we'll never know the answer. So we may as well just act as we see fit.
Sounds pretty good.
Weirdly, Zeph and
They're very quiet. They're asleep.
They
They're
are
napping.
silent.
they were sleeping.
You don't have any conditions that you need.
No bad
No,
ones.
please don't.
You may clear your inspired if you want to, but you don't have
No, I need it.
to. Let's see.
Hugh was busy having discussions with Grover, and Zeph
Oh,
was
yeah.
sleeping.
You will also stumble upon a clue. Custodians in the scene tells keeper what the clue is and how they came across it.
Oh my.
That
Yeah,
sounds like doing your job for you.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like that's not what the book says. I feel like the book says for you to do that, but you just read it to us. Sorry, we describe a clue and where it came from.
Yeah. And since you don't know anything about the other two, probably throw it on the sleepless origin. Just to give yourself another question there.
See, I
Oh,
thought it would
yeah.
probably be for the clinic, since that's where we were going to.
We did one at a distance before. We made it work. Yeah, I guess we're heading towards it.
Yeah, because I figured since we were going towards the miraculous clinic, that maybe we saw something related to that specific. Like I was thinking, like if we can get one for that, what I was thinking maybe we see is when we passed that construction site with the chompers, that like one of them was in some kind of like mechanical framework that was hooked up to, and it seemed to be like halfway transformed into a normal piece of construction equipment. So like maybe this thing, whatever it was turning it from like weird human chomper into normal bulldozer.
That doesn't sound too much unlike a regular saint.
But I was thinking maybe the clue was the actual, like the thing, the mechanical, the framework that was doing
Like
the transformation.
the human parts are turning into like metal and
Yeah, so like instead of a weird mutant piece of equipment, it would just be a regular bulldozer when this
that might have
transformation was
a
done.
clue for the Skyward Sprawl.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I thought maybe they got that framework from the clinic. That's one of their things. Like, hey man, We want to turn these creepy chompers into regular bulldozers.
Yeah, the clinic is more squishy than that. I'm gonna throw it on Skyward Sprawl.
Cool.
So the deal with the clinic is
Let me read
there's
this.
like people having their lives extended or after they die, being brought back to life.
What were they? They were excavation saints.
I think if I remember correctly, I think the clinic is just like all kinds of weird, different. I'm reading it. Unsanctioned miracles.
Yeah, let me read the intro to it for you again. Let's see. So there's unsanctioned miracles being performed in an abandoned rural hospital by followers of several false faiths. Educators released a press statement and did some propaganda saint stuff to patch loose ends there. But continued pressure from hospital shareholders and increasing demands for a full investigation has brought this case to you. So your job is to fully investigate this place. Have been provided with the necessary credentials to visit the clinic as inspectors,
Nice.
and will be given full access to tour the facility. You can go anywhere you like, no problem. It's fine.
Well, that's different, having actual credentials to be somewhere.
Yeah, that makes me suspicious. What's
Why is that?
There could be something harder about this
Yeah,
one.
right.
I don't usually get to like walk around.
We're not just usually welcomed in willingly.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm sure.
The first question to answer is, what is the hidden cost of the miracles being performed here?
There it is.
Cool. Let's take like 8 minutes. Go to the top of the 40.
Do you need to go read about this one?
Uh,
Let's take a 15-minute break.
real fast. Maybe Peter will be here when we come back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'll be good timing.
Cool.
Cool.
Shortly.
We'll be back.
I'm here. I'm just gonna grab my water.
Are y'all fans of Nutella?
Yes.
I stopped at a convenience store to get drinks, and this is one of those like at the counter impulse, like, don't you want to buy these? I'm like, yes, I do. Never seen these before. Nutella biscuits. They won't show up.
Oh,
They're delicious. They're like little things
yeah. Trader
filled.
Joe's has like a hazelnut chocolate cookie thing. Quite good.
And it's like I even like the way they're constructed because they're like it's like see they're like filled with chocolate and that's like a little lid put on top.
Like a
So you- it's
little
like
Nutella pot pie.
yeah, exactly. So it's like a little bowl with chocolate and then a little wafer lid put on top. I was like, that's great, man.
Oh, what pot pie?
Nutella pot pie.
See,
Nutella pot pie.
Nutella in the middle.
Did you move to somewhere darker?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm on the floor. Am I too dark now?
Oh, you're fine. You're
Is
just
my
very
lighting off?
sharp before.
Oh yeah, and I guess I could move the light over here, and I'm like, I just wanted to be bunny level.
I have noticed since Mark
Got my hair light.
stopped using his headphones, like I can hear his audio cut off when one of us talks and like cuts his audio off because the speakers are trying to
Oh.
switch back and forth. Before you moved, did you use like a better mic as well?
Yeah, I had this mic hooked up. I need to hook it up again. It was always hanging right over here.
Yeah. Because I have noticed, like, yeah, ever since you moved, like, I have a much harder time understanding you. I'm like, what do you say?
Are you putting it together as we speak?
Fine. Unintelligible. Not showing up. Maybe I would have to zoom. Nope. Your microphone is not working. Please go to settings to try a different one. Audio. Hello, is this working?
I think it is.
How are we going to be doing Silt versus AMSR? Worse than that.
Welcome to Silt versus. Oh, it stopped working, Mark. I don't know what happened.
The top 2 dice.
Oh, I do know what happened. When I talk, it cuts your audio out.
Ah, shit. Yeah, but this is my fancy mic. Not fancy, just different.
Yeah, just better than default.
Looks like it's not really.
Where did mine?
We'll figure it out later. Yeah, I gotta hook up like a little boom arm.
How did I do this?
Oh.
There we go.
Room hooked up over here. Put the microphone on it. Moving to a new office.
But were you gonna put your entire desk together on this
No.
stream?
Why would you say that? It's got a little thing here. It goes in this way. It won't even fit at all anymore. What's happening here? I don't know. What's that for the other one? I don't know. Anyway. You're at the hospital.
Where we have full diplomatic immunity.
Yeah. And upon arrival at the point, this also gives you there's a move or a verse for the assignment. The assignment verse is the verse of thoughts and prayers. That's available to use when you want.
And that happens just when we solve it any which way.
Nope, that you get that to use while the is open instead of one of your own verses.
Okay, so like we can use it now or after we solve, not after we solve it.
And anytime when it's active.
Let's use it right now.
If you solve it, don't use it. It's gone. So smoke them while you got them.
I think the other two would be so mad.
I don't think they'd care.
I mean, I don't think they'd care, but
yeah, still kind of a dick move.
maybe we would be mad at ourselves.
Hey guys, we used up all the assignment related verses while you were gone.
I mean, you got 3 of them left, so you're.
We just had a beach day and blew some verses off.
You should run the verse of the endless vigil before that one goes away. In fact, but here you are at the miraculous clinic of the Bleeding Witness. Upon arrival, you are greeted by Phineas Gland, who is a minister of the Silver Lining, and a group of his attendants. But yeah, you're going to show up in the parking lot first. As you pull up in the parking lot, you see that there aren't really many spaces available because they're all filled up with tents and picnic blankets and people hanging out there.
Gosh.
There's a lot of people hanging out in the parking lot. They put up like makeshift rope barriers to form a line for people to wait to get into the clinic. There's a little clusters of people who are gathering around traveling preachers who are like in different parts of the parking lot, sort of espousing their own unlicensed faiths, hoping that one of them might be performing a miracle on them. Yeah, a lot of people have just like thrown their shit aside or put in donation bins because they figure once they get into the clinic, they're not going to need it. So the paint the scene question is, what signs of hope do you see in the visitors awaiting treatment? And what miraculous cures and procedures are being advertised by the clinic? Yeah, it's a circus right now.
I think there's a lot of like little subgroups that have formed, wherever they happen to be by vicinity, of people who've like got together and like started singing songs together, a little inspirational, because they're like, yeah, we're about to be healed, and so it's obviously like they seem like they're in a surprisingly good mood, because I'm sure they're about to be healed of all their woes, and it's going to be so great.
What kind of cures are being promised by the clinic there?
Renewed faith.
Interesting. That is interesting. Maybe if you're having a crisis of faith, they have like a faith booster.
Little faith booster shots. Faith booster shots. Yeah.
Are you finding yourself questioning your deity? Perhaps you need a faith booster.
Or you need to go to the Temple of Lost.
Exactly. So many.
I know. Either that or I think it's to like keep you from that. And also to keep the sacrifices coming.
Faith boosters are way easier and more convenient.
Against the Chapel of Lost Souls.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they also have like a whole bunch of different salves to the point where it seems almost like just like a salve. What you're ailing? There's a salve for that. Whatever it is. Oh, there's a salve for that. And they all look very similar, but slightly different colors. It's like, oh, you need this one. It's the turquoise salve. Totally different from the fuchsia salve.
Yeah, that's water type.
Different salves.
Anything else?
I think among a sign of hope that we see in the visitors is that you can hear like choruses singing.
Nice.
The praises of
the clinic or the different
clinic or the gods that are.
I think the clinic will often like walk around like sort of with little like real tape recorders and like record these things, and that's what they release as jingles for a lot of their commercials, or like the little songs that the little groups in the parking lots were singing about how great the clinic is. They got a salve for everything. Doo-doo-doo.
Nice. Well, you are quickly recognized in the parking lot and greeted by Phineas Clark, who introduces himself loudly. He's got a garish pastel suit and tie, like crazy red hair, weird like blue tinted eyeglasses, and you see that he has a large bedazzled cloud pin that indicates he's a third rank practitioner in the Ministry of the Silver Lining. And he's followed by some much more subdued attendants. And he as soon as like one of them kind of like comes up and whispers to him and points to you, and he kind of lights up and just comes over to you. And who, who's standing in front? What's your marching order?
Marching. Let me check my encumbrance. I think I kind of feel like I'm in front because I also see this. I'm like, there's a lot of. This is a good opportunity for some theater. Look at all these people. We could
Yeah, I feel like Bastion's out front.
Yeah, and
Like this-
I mean, honestly, you have a lot of competition in that right here.
Everybody wants to put on a show.
But Phineas comes up to you and he gives you a big hug, puts his arms around you and squeezes and lifts you off the ground a little bit. It's a big guy. And he's like, greetings, everybody. You, and I think he goes to give Ren one and kind of stops before reaching you. And he kind of sits back and says, on behalf of the entire team here, and gestures at his attendants, and of course the diverse pantheon of deities and faiths. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to you, official investigators, inspectors, and he looks back to Sir Bastion's like, yeah, and you in particular, very stunning today, might I say, sir. Clearly nothing can hold you back from your dreams here at the clinic of the miraculous clinic of the Bleeding Witness. Anything that you need, please just ask me. The entire place is at your disposal. I'm your humble servant today. What would you like to look at first?
Okay, well, first, let me assure you. All right, let me tell you. I know that we've been given full credentials and permissions, everything to come and look around and all that.
Of course.
I just want to assure you, we are not here. Look, I don't know what your opinion of the Bureau is. But kind of look around surreptitiously, but we're not here to find dirt, figure out whether we're just here to do our job, tell the Bureau we looked around, we did our due diligence. I don't want you to feel any tension, like we're probably here snooping, looking for something. No,
there is nothing to hide. There's no dirt to turn up. This place is squeaky clean, so to speak.
Great. I just wanted to alleviate that tension right off that we're not coming here as adversaries or anything.
Absolutely, I would never perceive you as such.
I mean, look at all the wonderful, happy people.
Exactly.
Never seen such joy.
Tailored to their particular ailments.
That's amazing. It's amazing. They say you have something for everything.
That's true. In fact, there's a silver lining for everyone, friend. Is there anything that's ailing you in particular that we could find a cure for?
I'm blessed to be in pretty perfect health and feeling good right now.
But surely no one is in perfect health ever.
Nothing's coming to mind.
Well, then that is the bright side of things, then, sir. You're the very vision of health, and I applaud you for it. Your friend, your taciturn little friend, how do you feel they are? Unless they'd like to speak for themselves.
Bryn is very capable of speaking for themselves.
Of course, of course, of course. Being quiet is also a blessing and a perfectly valid way to be. I wish sometimes myself I could turn it off, but alas, I'm blessed with the touch of the cloud.
You presume to keep people from her embrace. How
Who?
could you do this?
I'm sorry, who?
What? I saw the people they wheel into here.
Yes.
There comes a point in your life when you welcome death.
Oh, yes, but not
People
today.
have begged for death. It is a sweet embrace.
Yes, and those who do find it, that is their destiny. That is the final rest in which we all get to lay. And I could pray that day is a long way for me, but when it comes, I go into it fully. But there's so much life to be had still, and if someone chooses to take their rest at a time that they desire, I'm no one to stop them. But those who prefer to squeeze a little bit more out of
I
the
just want to know why I can't see her around here.
who
The Cairn Maiden.
Oh,
She's not appearing to me in this place. What have you done?
oh well, maybe she's busy.
She is often busy.
I imagine she would be. I mean, there's so many people, so many tragic deaths happening across the country. The peninsula is rife with it, but not
I
here.
mean, she has gone from my sight before. Maybe it's just I don't know. How do I try to get a clue? Gimme, 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 gimme,
Yeah.
gimme.
That's
Sorry,
dictation.
narratively, I'm not making it there. I also want to undermine my superiors, and I can't figure out how.
Yeah.
That's always a hard one.
Yeah, what do they want me to do? I guess they want me to solve the mystery.
Yeah, I want you to investigate this place.
I was kind of wishing
I think
I'd
I'm
picked that
investigating
question.
him on behalf of the Cairn Maiden. Oh,
Mhm.
sorry, Heath.
No, I was saying, it's funny because I didn't pick that question, and I kind of wished I had when I was taking my angle of like, look, fuck the bureau, we're not here to fucking. And I was like, oh, that would have been a good way to undermine the bureau if I'd taken that question.
It's actually a perfect example of that behavior.
Yeah, let's give you an investigation roll.
All right,
With
one of the ones I have.
I'm gonna let you choose here. You can either
Why are you
use
in my squares? Get on my squares. Get out of here. Get. I see you in the spreadsheet. I'm
mini
highlighting
game.
my square. He's over in my column, like going
How
up and
dare
down
you.
and highlighting the squares.
You can use
Peeping you.
Bill.
He's peeping you.
Get out of my Excel.
you can use presence to try to charm him in your way and get a clue out of it.
Wow, that's not one I have.
Or you can use communion
That's the
to
one I got.
try to get the weight of the maiden behind you, but it might be a juicy one.
Yeah,
But
that's the one I want.
you have lots of advantage to use.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I would like to do. I think. Okay,
Do you
I
want to
think
do
this is
communion
me
with advantage?
undermining my superiors because I'm not trying to solve the mystery. I'm
Oh,
more worried about the Cairn Maiden.
so are you trying to get a
I'm-
clue to the mystery, or are you?
I'm trying to get a clue and a checked off box.
Well, getting a clue is not undermining. Getting a clue.
That's true. That's true. I don't want a clue, but I do want to roll for something weird to happen to them.
If you want to invoke the maiden,
I think I do want to invoke the maiden. Like, I think I am like, this is fucked up, y'all.
even though the maiden is not appearing right here, you want to try to get her here. That's going to be a revelation move. So
could I like? Do we have? Sorry, I need to look at our safety sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, could I attempt suicide and try to bring her near, or
yes, absolutely,
like scare, like I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are
Like
your
cut a wrist or something and like bleed and say like, Well, I'll bring her here.
What are you afraid will happen if that fails?
That I'll just die and be without her.
Hmm. Um,
And then they'll bring me back to life.
Oh
worse than
no.
that,
Ah,
worse than that,
yeah.
you'll die there, and she won't be able to get to you.
Yeah, she won't be able to get to me. Yeah, and yeah,
But they'll
that's
have
the
a nice
one.
salve for you.
Um,
I'll
so
probably use my body as a new body for somebody.
they do have some experiments to do. Do you want to use inspired or not yet time for that?
Yes. I
All
feel like
right,
not yet time. It's a good
cool.
one.
That works.
So that would be 3 dice. Take the top 2 and add 3.
Yay, all that adding up communion finally paying off. Oops, not 6. So 3 dice. Take top 2, add 3.
Mhm.
And we're trying to Wrath of the Maiden. All right. A 2. Jeez.
7. That's a 10 though. That's
A
7.
2, a 5, and a 2. Yeah. A 7.
Whew, that's a
Barely.
cool. But you
Needed every bit of that.
it's 10. So you do what you intended to do. Um, so what you intended to do was to summon the maiden to you by killing yourself.
Yeah, by becoming near death at least, like
Yeah.
to be able to see her.
Cool.
Like I think because that's the first time she had appeared to me, it was like
Hmm.
in a similar situation. It's
Um,
Peter.
hey, it's a Peter.
It
Um,
is? Are you hallucinating?
I
I'm not
think
seeing a
what
bear.
happens is that you do like as you're starting to like lose vision and black out a little bit, you do see her at the edge of the parking lot. What does she look like? It's a Peter.
Hi,
I think
Peter.
obviously, I think Sebastian is like, "Red, what are you doing?"
Yeah, I
He's
feel
like
like
trying to
people are
bind her
not
wounds
reacting
and things.
well.
What is happening?
Yeah. We just had like a really heartfelt talk.
Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to listen on Twitch on the
Oh,
Twitch
yeah.
app in my car, and apparently cell reception is not good enough between the
Oh,
classroom and
no.
here for that to work. It's really trippy
no.
hearing this game in like snatches of dialogue and then silence and then snatches of other dialogue.
Uh,
So
we are
Ren, what
currently.
does it look like when the care maiden shows up at the edge of the parking lot? And
What does
Oh,
it
shit.
look like?
and she's telling you that it's not your time yet.
Damn it. Um, what like what does sorry, I'm not like what does she look like? What is she
Yeah,
doing?
what she look like, what she do.
Um, I think she appears, but she appears like walking away.
Mm. It's like not here, but over here.
Yeah, like she keeps appearing farther and farther, as if I still have space, like places I need to walk.
Yeah.
And I think I kind of lurch forward towards her.
Yeah.
And then kind of come to. Probably Sebastian's like holding my wounds and like
Exactly.
staunching them, like, ah.
Yeah, Sebastian, how do you keep Ren from dying?
I think I grabbed like because you said like there's like lots of donation bins of people think
Yeah.
they don't need this stuff anymore. So I like I think I grabbed her. I was like, "Oh my god, we got stuff to bleeding!" And I start to grab my cloak, and I'm like, "Oh no, 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 no!" And then I grab something out of the donation bin, like a shirt or jacket or something, and try to wrap that around her wrist. Start pressing, going, "What just happened here? What is going on?" You have a salve for this? She's bleeding out.
Oh, yes. Who do you ask?
Still
Um,
Phineas, right?
I mean,
He's still around.
any number of people could respond. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why don't you roll me a 6-sided die?
Okay. 6.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Mm, yeah. And so you're yelling for someone to help?
Yeah, I'm like,
Um,
bandages.
boy.
Let's have something. She's bleeding.
Um, I think before you even notice, um, a man in a got like short brown hair, slick back. He's got a very crisp gray suit with a tasteful tie. Nice shoes, you notice as well. Like his hand darts from beyond your just outside of your vision and grabs their wrist. Um, and I think like grabs the back of Ren's head and kind of like gives you a little like smack and says, "Does it hurt?"
Yes.
How much? And he takes his thumb and presses it where you cut and says, "Here."
I mean, I guess it doesn't physically hurt.
Oh,
It's just when she walks away, it always hurts a little to have to keep going.
so you're in no physical pain?
I don't think so.
Hmm. Well, it's just a matter of time, I suppose. And he looks extremely disappointed. And he
Who are
takes
you, sir?
a business card, bone white, with embossed letters out of his head. Are you, Sebastian? You're asking?
Yeah, I mean, this guy who just suddenly jumps in, starts helping. I mean,
Yeah.
mm,
His name is.
Funny man.
Um, um, my name is Reverend Thumb.
thank you for your concern, Reverend.
Well, wherever there is pain, that's where I am. I'm just disappointed that we couldn't revel in it this time, but maybe again
I
another time.
imagine there's a lot of pain around the clinic here.
Oh, there is new pain all the time. The five aspects are blossoming in every corridor in every room, but one always looks for something new, doesn't one? And this is probably right about when Hugh and Grover show up.
As
I've forgotten about Grover.
Ren is on the ground with a bleeding wrist bound with a donated shirt.
Oh no.
Yeah, Hugh, what do you make of this? So the parking lot is full of people, all lined up to get into the clinic. There's a bunch of like basically nope, stop. Basically like a bunch of the kind of street preachers pushing their own unlicensed faith, trying to get people healed in different ways, just singing songs, peddling salves, and you've been met
No.
by the greeter Phineas Gland, and you have full access to the clinic to investigate.
Oh, we're at the clinic. Okay. Yeah, and so I think the first thing I see is that Ren is just laid out and bleeding right now. And I think he has this moment of like, okay, I got this. And then I have no idea what to do right now. um, and I think like several questions occur to him and kind of jam up. He's like, what, why, where? And he just is looking at Sebastian in this kind of thoughtless, holding a stack of pizzas.
I don't know if she was. They were lamenting the absence of the Cairn Maiden here, and then very suddenly cut their own wrist, which I then bound with the nearest garment I could grab from the donation basket.
And it doesn't hurt somehow.
Who's this guy?
Reverend Thumb, at your service.
Reverend Thumb just showed up to help.
Oh no.
I was hoping you could help me, but it appears you. If you'd like to join one of our gatherings, we're holding later tonight.
I think Hugh has turned to Grover and is like, okay, maybe find clean water and clean fabric.
On it. Yeah, I can. I'll dig through this. Looks like you got about. Yeah, let's go.
See, can I do anything cool with power? Is there oh yeah, I need to pick new end of session questions possibly.
Yes.
Maybe I'll try that.
And you were greeted by Phineas Gland, who is a practitioner in the Ministry of the Silver Lining. Is always very optimistic.
Oh, different from the thumb than
Yes,
Reverend
Thumb
Thumb.
just kind of
Yeah.
showed up when blood came out.
Oh no, that's
Phineas
not
was the
ominous at all.
official. Phineas was the official representative who greeted us when we arrived.
Yeah, he was told that you were coming. You're granted all access. And yeah, I think he says, well, there's I think he physically recoils from Reverend Thumb.
Oh no.
And says, it looks like you're in good hands. There's plenty of things to attend to here. Please, if you need anything at all, tap one of my attendants. And he's got like 3 or 4 people of indeterminate gender and age. They're all in like clean pastel skins, clean shaven with their hair tied back, just kind of like gazing into the middle distance. And in fact, one of them appears at Ren's side with like a little bottle of disinfectant and some fresh towels, and just starts like unwrapping the garment that was on the ground before, and like starts.
Oh god.
So it's like they're there.
I think Hugh just absently taps on the assistant as like that was what he was instructed to do. And back to sort of taking in the overall scene.
Ren, is there something we should know about why you would suddenly try to end your existence here in the world with us?
And I think he was again just what? I think he has a bag of sandwiches at this point. That he is sort of gesturing with one of them.
Anything we need to talk about, discuss?
I think this place might be very dangerous.
And I think that kind of at least settles Hugh a little bit. He just like, this is familiar ground. I'm going to start eating this sandwich. Dangerous how? He asks around a mouthful of BLT.
I think Mog might have been kind of a hint at where things are, what is possible. I thought when I became a custodian that the worst thing that could happen was I get to go to her. I get to be in her embrace. I get to die finally. But no, I learned with Mog, there's a way they could keep you from that. And I panicked when I got here because I couldn't see her anymore. And this place is keeping me from her. I mean, she's pushing back on me too, but she's not letting me go to her.
I think Hugh kind of nudges towards Sir and is like, is the Watcher here?
Watcher, by his very nature, is usually in the wings.
He sort of just nods like, I've asked a stupid question.
It's in the name.
As on the tin.
Oh, no.
Oh, I thought it was Watcher made of wings.
The Watcher who eats wings. Watcher Wild
No,
Wings.
not one.
WWW.
Watcher Wild Wings. Get them with the garlic parmesan sauce. Delicious. I guess my concern here is multi-layered in that one, is this going to be an occurring theme of you trying to end your existence here? Is this now, is this a one-off? Is this a, and secondly, is it something we should worry? I mean, I know your belief in, I mean, I don't want to interfere in your religious beliefs. I obviously acted impulsively on my own saving my friend, and then now I'm like, oh, should I have not tried to save you? How, not sure how that works with the cairn. Should I have let you bleed out on the ground? I just want to respect your wishes, but obviously my instincts kicked in to not let you just die in a pool of your own blood on the ground.
Well, for what it's worth, thank you.
Oh, good. I was afraid I'd done the wrong thing.
No, I know it doesn't make sense. It makes sense to me.
All right. Well, just let us know if there is a part we need to play or not play, or.
I think you already are.
We
Thank
can
you.
just book it out of here. I mean, right?
I mean,
Welkin's Vigil is still.
we did just come from there, but by the way, out of character, so you know,
Oh,
we were at
yeah.
Wilkins Vigil. We found Baby
Yay!
in a chapel.
He's so happy.
Baby's happy where Baby's at, so we kind of closed that storyline, and we were like, okay,
He did get
Baby-
run out of town.
Baby got
I
run out of
mean-
town for some trouble, but it's at this this temple now where they
Baby's
worship
gonna baby.
local sky deities, and Baby seemed to be have a home there, and did not want to come adventuring with us. Was fine there, so we were like, all right, Baby, we'll come.
Am I
visit
being
you."
told Baby went to a farm upstate? He's with other sky
Kind of,
deities.
but also
Very
literally.
happily, you had Sky Temple.
To the Sky Temple.
And then we came to and then we just came here to investigate this new thing.
But the battle saint is still in effect, right?
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
But we figured, since all that's left to do there is literally like finish that mystery, that we didn't want to do that with just two of us.
Oh,
here.
sure.
Just have you and Ben show up and be like, hey man, we solved Welkin's Vigil. It's done.
Bam.
Um,
Yeah.
8 clues, I think, for that now.
Yeah, I think we got another clue. So we're
Yeah.
like 2 over what we need.
Accidentally.
So we got
Uh,
that gives us a +2 when we do roll it, right?
Yeah.
Well, we've got that building we need to check out too. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, if this place is messing with our heads,
But you
maybe
can always
this
come
isn't-
back to it.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
I'd be in favor of leaving.
And the assistant is still there for all of this.
Grover.
And you know what?
Pro and Grover.
You know, the Bureau really wants us to investigate here so much
I-
so they gave us
You're
credentials
a
and stuff.
monster.
So
Yeah, you got the run out of place.
fucking off from this place is kind of undermining what the Bureau wants.
Yeah, not doing our jobs.
But if we were to investigate further, it would be going out of our way to connect with the local community.
Which I do need to do that still, I think. Although I kind of have. I might be able to check that.
I sacrificed a clue earlier to undermine authority.
It's
Oh,
true,
no.
You did. Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Have you already
That's
undermined
selfish.
the authority?
Yeah, I did.
Wait, is the assistant
Called the Cairn meeting
still,
on him.
is the assistant still treating Ren right now?
I think it was a quick.
Oh, drat.
Bandage up.
I mean, they're still like they will appear if you want them to show up.
Like, I mean, they're around.
Yeah, I'll see just if I can say, like, and he's a bad actor, and it's like, I wish there were an assistant here to check up on Ren's dressing. Huh?
And I think you see the one that was walking away, like pause and turn around. I'm sorry. Is there do it incorrectly?
And
My name is Grace. If you need to talk to someone about me, should I take a look at it again?
yeah, if you could, Grace, just for a moment. And while Grace is doing that, I am going to watch them to see if they do anything unusual, like from a medical perspective.
No, they are just
God.
they like take it off and like yeah, put a little bit more disinfectant on it, wrap it again.
What are my
Do it again.
The Reverend Thumb has left, and he left with the blood-soaked clothes, the shirt they used to wrap.
Oh, now he's got my DNA.
That's fine.
Sir, maybe you could chat with Grace a bit to see what's going on here at the clinic? Question mark.
Oh,
I'm
Grace,
happy to help in any way that you need.
thank you so much for your assistance with my friend
And
here.
thank you
Obviously.
for letting me know what you need.
Yeah,
It's often so difficult. Patients come in and they're either unable or unwilling to communicate their needs. Makes our job much more difficult.
tell me, this is me digging for investigation role. Hey, tell me, we're here on official business from the bureau. We've given license to just kind of check everything out.
Yes.
Is there in exchange for your help? Is there anything we can help out? Any working conditions that need improvement? Anything you would like to lodge with the bureau that we can help out with here at the clinic? Any conditions?
Fine on my end.
No complaints. No, even
Oh,
just
man.
not even complaints. Just ideas for improvement or.
Let's make a investigation over this. Sounds like it is presence.
That's what I do.
Charming someone.
I don't have any things I can, no inspireds for me. I used them all.
No inspiration.
That's all right, because I've got so much presence. Who needs extra shit? So that's just straight up 2d6 plus 3. 11.
11. Great. You're gonna get a clue. What clue are you gonna get now? That's the question.
Ooh, he's dropped the band hammer on somebody. Yes.
Yes, I did. Spammer. I'm drunk with power.
Yeah, Grace just says, there's not really, it's just, day to day, sick people come in and we treat them. I'm here to serve the clinic, and there's not much to complain about. I can show you. I keep a journal detailing my daily rounds and what we encounter, and it reaches into like a fold under his scrubs, basically. As it's a kind of thick-ish notebook. And as you flip through it, each entry is a poem that recalls the events of the day in a somewhat prophetic tone verse. As a clue.
A haiku summary.
But yeah, they seem very happy. Their calling is to treat people, and that's what they've been doing. There's
nice calling you've got there.
pretty much like what you've heard and seen. Like there are different rogue faiths trying to do their own brand of medicine, but they're just kind of like doing their thing, man.
Okay.
So what is the clue?
The clue is an intern's notebook. Each entry is a poem recalling the event of the day in prophetic verse.
Let's see.
This is right up my alley. I'm an artist myself.
I'm a bit of a.
What medium do you paint in or draw in?
No,
Water?
primarily an actor, writer, director, theater.
He's a
This is-
really good talent scout.
It's true. Discovered some great talent, like yours in this notebook.
Well, the written word isn't for everyone, I suppose.
The written word is most definitely for Hugh and Grover.
Oh, really? Would you like to see some of my poetry?
Absolutely. Grover, get over here.
I want Grover to be ripping up this man's poetry.
Oh,
Maybe Grover's already like found a pile of it.
Oh, and he like goes. I think he goes to rip the page out and like looks at you and looks at the.
Mhm.
Should I?
no. I think he was just like staring daggers back at him. Like,
Yes. No.
oh.
Hands it back to the helper.
Can I examine the notebook to see if there's any pattern to what they've seen or what
Yeah, just
treatments they're offering?
pretty like for all of their flowery verse, they seem pretty benign and
Okay.
at least from their perspective.
Yeah. Can I examine the clinic itself to see if it is
Oh, yes, you can.
arranged in some sort of terrible way?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So there's a large line of people waiting to get in, but with your credentials, you can easily bypass that line.
Oh, okay.
Straight in the front door.
Go in the building and look around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a kind of like sprawling campus. But yeah, the first thing you enter is a kind of a large waiting room. Are Ben and Sebastian going in with Hugh and Grover, I assume?
I will, unless I think I turned to Ren. I'm like, do you want to go in, or do you want me to wait out here with you?
Go.
That you're good going in?
Yeah. I
mean,
just
this way. There's probably a lot of people here, just on the brink of a walk with the Cairn Maiden.
she can't reach them here.
Really?
We should rescue them.
Maybe she can't reach them here.
We should get them
You
all out
can.
of here.
You can reach them here.
I mean, each of us could maybe at least carry one or two. We could take a couple of trips.
I think Hugh has already tottered off too. Like, he
That's
went straight
investigate.
from
Let's-
"Is Ren okay?" to "Oh,
Let's
what
see
treat-
what's.
no
Let's see what awaits us. We'll take it as it comes once we go inside.
And just for Peter's sake, the current question is, what is the hidden cost of the miracles being performed here?
Oh, sure.
Carry a corpse or two.
And the
Right.
answer is none. No hidden costs. Everything is
hidden
as it
costs.
seems.
Nothing wrong with
Perfectly.
healthcare
So far,
in
the
modern
you
society.
point to that, so you're.
It's like a normal hospital, but there's medicines and doctors. It's great.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great place.
Hugh's like flashing the credentials and everybody.
Yeah,
It's okay.
They wave you into the waiting room.
I'm supposed to be here.
Official
It is
business.
Department of.
It is a silent, cavernous lobby, and it is very, very dimly lit. There's like the little high slit windows around the top of the walls, and some like super old, janky chandeliers. There's like spindly, like tropical plants, kind of dying in the corners, and like little pink and green pots. Yeah, very quiet. And there is the centerpiece is a large, curved, towering receptionist's desk at the far. The paint the scene question is, which patients are admitted and what cost seems to be attached to the treatment, which are ignored and left to the limbo of the waiting room? And that question is in chat.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was like having trouble. Which patients are admitted and which are ignored or left of limbo of the waiting room?
And that's for everyone.
Oh man. Who was admitted?
I don't know, but I feel like the cost. I got a ping on that, which I think is like, as we like, I think we're kind of, just listening to conversations going on, trying to
Yeah.
get it. And I feel like every time we hear somebody talking, and they're like, "Oh, what? Do I need to pay before I go in, or whatever?" And I think everybody's told like, "Oh, no, we'll worry, we'll figure that out later." No, don't you worry. The treatment's what's important. We'll figure out the whole costs and everything later on. It'll be fine. So I think the cost is strangely ambiguous and never
Mm.
That's terrifying.
delineated.
Agreed to, but not defined.
Oh, that's
Oh
so
no.
scary.
I think the ones that are left to the limbo of the waiting room are the ones who are most clearly devotees of recognizable gods.
Mm.
Like there's somebody who's just full on like cliched waxen scrivener, and he was just
Scrivener is not a
embarrassing.
god.
Hmm.
Western Scrivener is not a licensed god.
Not a licensed one, but recognizable as like
Oh,
this
okay,
person
yeah,
is
got it, got it, got
clearly
it.
into this and is showing off so much that he was just like, oh God,
Got it, got it.
cooled it.
Oh, I wonder. I guess maybe I misinterpreted that because I was like, oh, maybe the like stretchers are branded. They're
Oh,
like, oh, like this one's sponsored by Saint Electric,
they might
Hmm.
be, yeah.
and so that like only devotees of that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but
And the
I maybe I think
unlicensed
I'm
ones are not getting in.
yeah, but I think I misinterpreted what you were saying, so I don't want to
Oh
negate
no.
that.
I think they work together.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
and maybe there's some blank stretchers that
Yeah.
we see
so
So
we
folks come in.
who does that leave that is getting in then? Like the ones that you can't
Oh, I
clearly
think we're
define
starting
what.
to feel like a vibe of the last Saint factory we made of people who are uncertain about their faith and in a time of duress and difficulty are taken in, are eager to enter this place.
That totally scans because another thing I think was before you got here was one of the questions when we arrived here was
Yeah,
like what kind of treatments and medicines do they offer here?
Mhm.
And a couple of it we defined were they seem to have a salve for everything of different colors,
Oh,
and they also
yeah.
have for those feeling a little crisis of faith, they have faith boosters.
Oh no.
Yeah, faith booster shots.
Yeah, I'd like Hugh to kind of look around and see if kind of the space, the building has any parallels to the structure that appeared in Ulm.
Ooh.
The Temple of Lost
I
Saints
don't think it does.
or
In
Lost
fact,
Faith.
there was one person relatively newly arrived in the parking lot that was actually preaching against the Temple of Lost Souls. I've
I
seen
mean,
people go out here and da, 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 da. What you need is physical healing here at the clinic.
Faith boosters.
reasonable argument. Yeah, and I think Hugh is again just like slightly covering his face. Nope, I didn't have anything to do with that.
Yeah, I think you did.
Oh, we
No,
also, in
no,
case
I just
this was another thing before you got here, like basically we determined like out front is like almost like a refugee camp. Tons of
Yeah,
people are waiting to get in for treatment,
people
and
in
they
tents. Yeah.
they sort of like form little local collective camps where they're all like,
Oh,
but everybody
no.
is strangely hopeful. Like they're all singing songs together,
Yeah.
and they sing songs about how great the clinic is, which the clinic in
Oh, I think I
return.
heard a snippet of that.
Yeah,
Like that, those become jingles that get
yeah. They
used.
record those on a reel jingles. Look, listen to the happy clients of the clinic
Oh
making up
no.
songs about how great it is.
Oh man.
because
Um,
there's a rumor that if your jingle gets accepted, you'd get accepted.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So they're so fucking hooky.
think
That'll
of the
get you.
exposure.
That'll get you in quicker in the door if they like your jingle.
Mhm. That's what they say.
That's what they say.
Oh man. So we're in the waiting room.
Yeah.
Direct following to the care man. Da, da, da. Oh man. Um, Yeah, I guess let's try inspecting. Okay. Hugh is gonna do this. He's gonna walk up to the desk and flash the credentials and ask to see the operating theater.
And Sebastian's like, "What theater? Yes."
Oh yeah, okay.
No.
So the receptionist kind of like doesn't look at you at first and just says like name and nature of ailment.
Um, I feel like I'm not explaining this. He's picked up a brochure and is idly like tearing it into bits. Did sir, did I not explain it right?
Official business, no ailments.
No ailment.
Credentials.
Yeah, we're here to connect to the local community
Yes.
and inspect the facilities.
Yeah, I think I'll be fine.
No.
We just see.
Yeah.
We want
I love that Sebastian had a conversation earlier about like, no, we're not inspectors.
Yeah.
God, no.
Oh yeah, I told the guy when the guy greeted us. I was like,
I
was
love
basically like,
you
"Don't-"
being like, we're
I was like,
inspectors.
"Don't feel tense. We're not here to find dirt or like, you know."
Yeah, okay.
We're
he was
here.
like,
It's
official inspector.
Yeah.
Show us all the things.
Do you have an appointment with Dr. Spindlecarver?
Credentials. We can go
Yes,
anywhere we want.
Of course, we've been informed about the inspectors arriving, but the surgeon doctor is a very busy woman.
Great.
We want to see her at work
Exactly.
in the operating theater.
Oh, so you don't need to see her, you just need to see the operating theater.
Yeah,
We'd like to see her operating in the theater.
Well, of course. I don't have her schedule, but I can.
He flashes a thumbs up to Sir. Like, I
Yeah.
think Sir kind of bails you out of things a lot.
I mean, with so many people awaiting treatment, I imagine there's probably constant operations going on, right?
Could imagine. I don't know. I'm not a surgeon, sir. Serenity, and like waves over one of the attendants. Please take these inspectors.
Inspectors.
Sure, that'll
Sure.
do.
Please take these inspectors to the surgical amphitheater, please.
Ooh, an amphitheater.
No, I think Hugh keeps making like he's going to correct Sir, and then just like, kind of gives up.
You have credentials, but here are some badges and
Oh, thank you.
some official clinic badges to you.
I mean, what's better than more credentials?
Yeah. And Serenity's like, oh, follow me. Don't worry, we'll get you there in no time.
I think Hugh whispers to Sir, "This seemed a little too easy." Like, just kind of getting anxious about it.
Did you whisper that to Serenity, you said?
To Sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's here to help, man.
I mean, Rin and I were discussing how it's a little unsettling to be given all these credentials and have such easy access, as it's just not what we're used to.
Maybe we're making headway with the bias, you know.
Maybe.
It also implies that they could have done it the whole time.
Maybe they just trust us now with more
They
responsibility.
were testing us before. I think Hugh is just way too confident
they could have
now.
Could have done it earlier.
I mean, we cleared a bunch of jobs.
Wasted a lot of time.
Now they're giving us the easier assignments that, you know.
So Serenity leads you down a hallway, up some stairs to the second floor.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, oh, and this is our, these are the stairs. This is the patient's wing. People are recovering in their rooms here. Like gestures to this door and that door as they pass by. Many miraculous things happen here. I'm sure you'll find everything you need is completely in order. But you wanted to see the main event, I suppose. So right this way, and turn another corner, and there's double doors that say surgical amphitheater above them. And so he just says, here you are. Is there anything else you need? If there's a fire, there's a placard on the wall here that shows where you are and the nearest available exits. Please don't use the elevator. It is also out of order. So,
Uh, yeah, look, we'll also need documentation on payment procedures.
oh, of course, I will.
He's just making that face to you.
And they scurry off.
So, we're definitely gonna check out that elevator, right?
Yeah, elevators never break. That's a con.
Sounds like they're hiding something.
It's always a cover up. We're hard-boiled detectives now. We know.
Where did you get that
Inspectors.
cigarette?
Ah.
Kind of like that restaurant in town when the ice cream machine's always broke. Buy it.
Do you enter the surgical theater?
Yeah, I think he just blunders forth.
Double doors burst open.
Yeah, I think Ren is moving along at the sheer force of Hugh's will.
Oh no.
It's just
I'm
like
so
kind of
sorry.
caught in the wake, and it's just like, I gotta go in this way.
This is another large room. You're in the gallery above the surgical amphitheater. There's tiered benches and desks, so people can like take notes and stuff. And it looks down over an open air operating table on a little raised platform. It's a long table that is draped in a blood-soaked altar cloth.
Oh God.
Surgeon's
Like
tools
you
are
do.
soaking in these ornate jars of sanctifying solution. And there's a big blackboard that has the grotesque details of the latest miraculous discoveries from the latest operation. And there's like a couple rolling chalkboards. Paint the scene.
Oh no.
How has this space been arranged to evoke reverence and spiritual awe?
Oh man. The lighting is all wrong. Like for surgery, you want bright, even light, but this is more mood evoking light. There are shadows around the edges of the theater, or like there are lots of shadows and dead spots, which is just terrible for that room, but it's creating a sense of like dramatic, reverent mystery.
I think also instead of like most operating theaters where instruments are usually like laid out on trays, easily accessible, everything.
These are in
There's
jars of solution.
Yeah, there's like ornate, almost like ritual or religious looking boxes that they're all like in, that someone has to like lift the lid on, and one of the lids is open. It's like, lined with a velvet inside, and so it's like that's a bit odd for an operating theater.
Shadowless surgical lights. Sorry, got distracted.
Yeah, sorry, Heath, can you repeat the point of what you were saying? I was off on a tangent, looking
Just
up
that
shadowless surgical lights.
instead of the instruments being just utilitarian laid out on a tray accessible, they're very much contained in ornate religious looking boxes.
Oh yeah.
To be like
Thank you.
opened up to pull out and present you with the
Retractor or whatever.
Yeah. It's like, well, that doesn't seem
Sponge.
practical in an operating setting, but all right.
Yeah.
I'm imagining this like huge tiered tackle box sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's hard to
I
get
think-
to stuff.
Yes. That would be like 3 shelves.
I have shockingly strong opinions about
Like a garage roller toolbox with
Yeah, the
Yeah.
roller toolbox. Yeah. So dumb. I love it. I think the architecture is also like an optical illusion to make it seem like the room is bigger, or that like white, like more cavernous. Or maybe it's painted that way. Like Trump. I can never say.
Trompe-l'oeil.
Trump,
Right.
yeah, Trump
Louis.
Louis.
How anglicized is that phrase?
Yeah, so the paint, the
Oh.
paint and the angles make it look like it's like a really giant room.
Like the ceiling of a casino.
Yeah, there it is.
It's like
Casino
not
ceiling.
square. Like I feel like it's probably octagonal or something
Mhm.
weird for an operating
It's
room.
weird.
Yeah.
There is one more thing
Mhm.
Isn't there always?
in those shadows that you mentioned. There is a privacy screen that is not what it is blocking off whatever is behind it from the gallery. That's it.
I can't remember if you told us this or not, but like where we are we separated from the gallery in any way, or could we?
You're like in the gallery,
Yeah.
and the operating theater is below you. If you wanted to go to the operating theater, you could easily like go down the stairs, or check out the elevator, and go in, or you could climb down.
That's why I wasn't sure. Like we were not separated by glass or anything.
No. This is not that fancy.
Yeah.
It's fancy in other ways.
Hmm. Let's see. So we could go down and kind of peek behind the.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's what that's what he wants to do.
You know, we gotta peek.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no. Is Grover with us?
Yes, Grover is definitely with you.
Can he ask Grover to go down and move aside the
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hold it aside. Oh, poor Grover.
I'm gonna ask for a veiled move from
Oh
Hugh.
no. Why did I do this?
Okay. It's
Okay.
fun.
Hugh, what are you afraid will happen to Grover when he goes down?
That whatever comes back looks and walks like Grover, but isn't Grover anymore.
Amazing. What do you feel like this is a roll with?
Only bad things for me, it seems, from this
Yeah.
one.
I'm gonna say it's comedian.
Yeah, there's not really a way around that.
Yeah, just kind of vibing. You are inspired though, so
Yeah, I'm gonna burn one of these inspireds right off and roll 3 and then subtract 1, right?
top 2 -1.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Where's my roll with me? Oh boy. I'm rolling 3d6. That is a 7.
A 7.
Whew.
Oh no, that's a
Wait, no, it's a
yeah,
9, right?
that's a 7.
-1 for communion.
Oh, we got you.
And it's the top 2, so 5 plus 3 minus 1
Dig it.
Fantastic.
is Grover is apparently still alive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Grover goes down.
Yeah.
And
I just imagine you looking at tables of terrible fates. No, not those.
there are
Oh,
tables.
those.
There are more paragraphs, but
Sure.
mm-hmm. um 2 things. As you watch Grover leave,
Yeah.
Someone had been looking in the window of the gallery at you, and they step back when Grover opens the door, and he's, oh, excuse me.
Oh no.
They're a thin person like jet black hair. Like it looks like it was dyed, but probably wasn't.
Hmm.
And you just like get the impression that they have these deep eyes. But they're wearing a like a not exactly a tank top, but like a sleeveless shirt.
Okay.
And you can see these intricate prayer mark tattoos all up and down their arms and then up their throat and on their face.
Hmm.
And they just like, as the doors kind of like flop closed, they just like make eye contact with you, nod, and walk out. Walk.
Oh no.
And Grover goes the other way.
Yeah. Oh, okay. He's not
Um,
following Grover.
no, they're just like there watching you, and they're like, and like it was almost like a look of recognition.
Oh no.
You know me.
Do I recognize the
I know
prayer
you.
marks?
You don't recognize them. You do. The what do you call them? The person at the little museum at
Justin.
Belkin's Vigil
Oh, okay.
mentioned that a friend of yours with tattoos had come before you.
Oh no.
Yeah, so Grover goes down. If you want to follow them or something, you're welcome to. But if not, after a few minutes,
Yeah, I think we'll stay up here.
makes his way and comes out the side door to the operating theater, and goes to move aside the privacy curtain.
Yeah.
I think Sebastian has pulled out opera glasses and is watching
Oh no.
like, oh, yeah, I see that. I see.
Settled in with some popcorn.
Says, love the set. That set is beautiful.
Where did he get a program?
They had them as we came in. Did you not get one?
As they go in, they're about to pull it away, and
When they said all the world's a stage, this isn't what I imagined.
a woman just kind of very coldly sort of what glides into the room from the opposite door. Dead eyes, just
like a doll's eyes.
And I can't make out the eyes from there, so I'm just like,
was like,
what is there going on?
what are you doing here, sir? And Grover is just like,
he's with us.
Inspectors.
She looks up.
We don't know him.
Just like,
This is it. And her arms and neck are covered in bandages and surgical tape.
oh no.
And there's no blood.
He's a junior investigator with bias, and we're putting him through some training.
Why is he in my operating theater?
To draw aside the little curtainy thingy.
Their face is expressionless. They just turn back to him and say, "Go ahead."
Oh no, that's worse than
Well,
whatever.
like, okay. Rolls it back. Behind
we all die.
Buckets of gore and waste. Several like 5-gallon white buckets full of parts.
Mm-hmm.
And on a gurney behind them, a curiously warped cadaver lies exposed and bound to the gurney. Has anyone marked a verse of prophecy?
I think I have.
I think I
No,
have.
yeah. I did the whispered psalm.
Oh no, I haven't actually.
Looks like Ren has as well. Is that right?
Have I? Yeah, I did the whispered psalm.
Cool. So this is a paint the scene question for
Oh, no.
you and Ren.
Yep.
How do you know that this is the body of an immortal saint?
Ugh.
Oh man. Um, I'm
The
gonna
big
say
label. No, I'm kidding.
I'm gonna say that they've opened up the body and it's just empty inside, hollowed.
Hmm.
So hollowed apparently has a literal denotation as well, that
I
there's no
always
guts
heard
running.
it that way on the podcast for a long time.
Oh, okay.
It was like hallowed,
Oh, they're saying
hollowed out.
hallowed. Oh no. I feel very foolish.
No,
Hallowed and
I did too. I was like, oh, they're all hollowed out.
That's
Yeah,
what, yeah. Yeah, because I think it was just two separate words, hallowed and
and
hollowed.
hollowed. Yeah, yeah. So they are hollowed.
Actually, hollow.
Yeah. I like that though, 'cause they'd be empty.
Mhm.
They're hallowed and hollowed.
There's just no biology to them anymore.
Oh, so
They run
scary.
on God.
Yeah, they're like suits of armor.
Which one?
Yeah, yeah. Oh no.
Ren, how do you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. I'm stalling.
Hmm.
How do I know they're the bodies of immortal saints?
No, this is the body of an immortal saint.
Which is a kind of self-contradictory thing in a way.
Um,
Pretty decidedly no longer immortal at that point.
yeah, he's kind of dead. Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe you can see that the head has been severed off, and so have like each of the like hands and feet,
Hmm.
which is like a
Oh, wow.
traditional way of like making sure a saint is dead.
Wow.
At least among traditional folklore in the area. Like no one's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
sure if it actually works. So
Uh,
usually they just come back, but it's tradition to cut all the pieces off.
Like
Those
cut them
are-
off and bury them in different places.
Yeah, they're in different places. They're like, oh, then it won't come back.
Um,
It's old wives' tale.
Whew.
It's like, you want to look with the opera glasses? This is gross.
I
How
think Hugh
does-
takes it for a second and then immediately takes it back.
how does one feel about this person who was turned hollowed into a saint? And then like it looks like vivisected.
Yeah, this is bad for Ren.
Oh.
It just feels like learning there's no heaven when you wanted to go to
Wow,
heaven.
okay.
Ooh.
In that case,
Yeah,
what are you
you get a
afraid
condition.
will happen if you lose your composure here?
I mean, I think I lost my composure a little bit outside.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm sure it could happen again. What am I worried is going to happen?
Yeah.
I'm worried that I'll end up on that operating table.
Oh, all right.
What was
Cool.
I? Was
No,
there a
that's
milder one you had in mind for me?
No,
Wait, tell me what you wanted to do.
Like lose your shit or something, but that's great. Well, this is gonna be.
I mean, I think I would jump up on the operating table of like, yeah,
excellent.
do me, like, just fucking do it.
This is gonna be a veiled move with focus. Then
Right? Good. That's something I have very little of.
one.
You still have lots of inspireds.
Burning inspired.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Also,
burn
just
my
as a
inspired.
reminder, you
It's
could
just a
also
failed move. It's not a worse than. So
if you roll and want to increase your result, you can mark a verse of prophecy, and then I can undo that with inspiration.
Oh,
Another
yeah.
option for you.
I also haven't used it. I forgot I had objects.
we'll move
I
the
used
fire.
an object in a while.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if any of it makes
We're
sense.
low on conditions. Okay.
Oh man, I want to drown this room. This place is cursed.
Get Grover out of there.
No
No time.
No time. We're not with him. I didn't know that about Red, but I think Red had like been waiting to throw Grover under the bus. I think just Red did not like Grover from the start. Finally got a chance to throw him out.
They're saying what everyone else is thinking.
Just everyone else
About
wants.
Grover.
I didn't know that about Ren until I said that. I was like, oh, Ren hates him. It really hasn't said anything about it yet, but it's just like, I'll have my time.
Leans into the mic.
Sorry, I'm rolling 3 plus 1.
Using your inspiration.
Yeah, I'm using my inspiration.
3 top
Don't lose my shit is what I'm trying not to do.
your shit.
Don't lose your shit.
Don't lose your shit.
Keep your shit together.
Keep it together, Red.
Oh,
Oh,
Holy
666.
that's a 13.
Yeah,
That is
nothing bad.
Fucking hell,
Fantastic.
man. You just became the Cairn Maiden.
I'm the Cairn Maiden now.
Hold steady.
You can
And
suck it, Grover.
I am the god of pissing off Grover.
Rin, who befriended tiny owl monster, does not like Grover.
This is nothing for Ren. But like what
I will have my day. I think Rin does give Grover like a.
what's the outward sign that like Ren is like not only like not freaking out, but like this is actually like kind of centering for them.
We're inside, right? We're like indoors.
Mhm.
Okay. Because I would say like usually they would dig their feet into the dirt. Maybe they have a little bit of dirt in their pockets and they threw it on their feet. And that's just like, oh, Rin's doing okay.
Got a little dirt in your pocket for the dirt man.
A little dirt in your pocket.
Go ahead
I don't
and
know why Rin hates Grover, but they do. It's just like when you just hate someone, you're like, I don't think I should, but I just do.
go ahead and write that dirt on your altar.
Yeah, dirt. Got myself some dirt.
We'll put a little dirt in your pocket for the dirt man.
Hey.
Dirtman
Because
is
I got a
canon in the Silt
666.
versus universe, right?
Yes.
Definitely 100%.
Better be.
Cool. There is still the matter of
Oh, I have a dirt spice rack too, but I've already used it.
yeah.
I got a theme going.
The woman again, like after it has been pulled away, looks up at the gallery for a reaction. Is there a reaction?
You know,
Opera glasses. Somewhere Sebastian's pulled snacks out of a pocket now.
I feel like Hugh is like on some level relieved. Like I think he imagined his imagination was going so wild about what was behind the curtain. It became like, that's really bad, but I mean,
It could have been my
Grover's-
own face.
yeah, that's just like, I think he's just like scrubbing back through all of the things that they've seen so far.
In the scheme of things, it could have been. It's not so bad.
Grover seems okay. We're okay. We're okay. Yeah. I think he's just kind of nodding.
She just looks up and she says, "Are you satisfied?"
You're giving a questionable thumbs up for like a thumbs up that's not very confident. Just like, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I have some dramatic notes on how you could probably make the third act a little more exciting.
And she kind of like looks back at Grover and gives him a nod. Grover's like, "What?" She's like,
Oh no.
"Oh," it's like pushes the privacy screen back in front of the
Oh no.
cadaver. And she just kind of like walks to the foot of the we call it an altar, right?
Hmm.
The long table. She kind of like walks to the foot of the long table, and just kind of like stands there, like arms dangling down, like motionless, and just like looking up at you.
Metagaming question. Oh wait, no metagaming question. I misread some rules. I'm fine.
We'd
Just-
love to hear from you about more about your work. Seems very interesting.
What interests you about my work? And
Yes.
even though she's speaking in a normal tone of voice, like the the geometry of the room like makes it feel like she's like standing right in front of you.
I think this is me once again investigating, seeing if I can charm something out of her. I was like, well, I'm a playwright by nature. Naturally, the more experience you have as a human, the more knowledge, the more you have to draw from for your literary works. I would love to know what is your favorite part about your job and the least favorite part about your job? Like, what is the best thing about what you do and the worst thing about what you do?
Excellent. So you're doing an investigation. You're gonna be using, it sounds like presence, since you're trying to charm.
Seems like it, yeah.
If you're trying to charm her, you're gonna be rolling with disadvantage.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you want to call it. I mean, whatever you want, whatever you
Yeah,
think.
she
I'm
is-
trying.
And I guess
Alternatively, if you want to pose it as kind of an intellectual query, and use focus or insight, that would just be a straight roll.
I mean, that feels like more what I'm doing
Okay, cool.
because it's more, yeah, it's more like an intellectual pursuit than me trying to use my personality.
Great. She is 100% for that.
oh, maybe I should have asked.
Like Sebastian's the only one of us actually does do a good job with presence.
Hmm.
So my insight is 1. I've got 2 dice. I don't think there's any. Let me take a look.
Oh, I like you having a negative on communion, especially with Grover around.
Mhm.
Who's
Oh.
probably very devout.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense.
You know what? I will
Ah,
use.
yes, I know the words too.
I will use my prop work skill. Wait, hold on. Let me see. So that gives me something I put in my altar. Oh, so then I could use that. It's a thing that goes in my altar, which I could then use to get advantage, right?
Once per session, you can declare any practical, now existing as part of the set, use add your altar. Item vanishes at the end of the session. Ooh.
So yeah, it's like use it or lose it.
Yep.
So I'll definitely use my prop work, and I mean, like, as you can see, I mean, this is the most exciting operating theater I've seen ever since the one I saw back in town. I can never remember towns in this world for some reason. Town names. I once saw an ancient operating theater where, hold on, wait, where they allowed me to take this artifact that it's was known as a spirit scalpel. Now some say that's not really a thing. It's been debated, of course, whether it was hokum somebody, but nevertheless, for historical story purposes, a spirit scalpel is fascinating if you think about it. Something that could operate on a spirit instead of a body, and so that's. You can see my interest in the medical field from a storytelling perspective. So someone like you with such a superlative brain, obviously, or else you wouldn't be working here. I can't imagine the stories you might have to tell me about just the things that make you excited to be in this profession and the things that make you doubt your profession. Just tell me anything, just a single tidbit from you. I bet I could write a whole show on.
All right. Rolling with advantage +1.
That would be an 11.
11. Fantastic. Yeah, this is gonna be good. Cool. She takes a moment to sort of let what you've said settle in. And this is where a normal person would scoff.
When
But
did Hugh get a spirit scalpel?
remains kind of motionless.
Bastion.
It says, I've seen many things in my profession, and like you said, the notion of a spirit scalpel is ludicrous. True revelation only pulses in the hearts of pure sacrifices, and when I say heart, I mean the physical heart, not the metaphorical heart.
Mm.
I've received this profound truth directly and courageously. Only when flesh and bone is laid bare, with nothing to hide us from that which bears witness, and you can hear the caps on those words as the name of a god, is our true nature revealed. And this is like when she like almost expresses a little bit of emotion, like looking at the privacy screen is only, only when we did a maybe all have the courage to become the most worthy vessels when the time comes. We do not need to cut the spirit away from the flesh, but merely transform the flesh itself. Of course, there are those with less courage than others, and for them, we must make certain accommodations. Perhaps you'd like to see firsthand.
Of course, and might I say, that was a better soliloquy than I could ever write. You should consider some stage work. That was beautiful.
In the middle of your sentence, you find yourself sitting on the operation table.
Oh no! Oh no!
I'm sorry I gave you that idea earlier.
Ren and Hugh, what you see is Sebastian continuing on with his soliloquy, his blathering on, and then eventually walking down to
Oh
the
no!
table,
Oh
and
no.
continuing to talk in his Sebastian way to the surgeon, who is fussing in one of those cabinets of tools, and has a small book that she turns around and shows to Sebastian. And he blah, 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 and reads aloud from it. And like, and she says, "Please sit." And he pops up on the table. And that's when like he comes back to. The clue is
Oh god.
a prayer mark. A prayer mark which alters the experience of time.
Oh no.
And she looks back up. I think she looks back up Hugh.
Yeah.
Says, for those who cannot bear the pain of transfiguration, certain anesthetic procedures are called for. Of course, we cannot numb the pain as it happens, but we can remove their memory of it.
Sebastian, he starts looking over his body and being like, "Why? What just happened? Am I still intact? Have I been operated on?"
And she's just standing there like,
Oh man. I'm wondering if I should get Grover to try to get the book.
Make Grover do things.
Yeah, I think first I'll just ask politely, I think. Do we know what was the name of the surgeon again?
she didn't give it to you, but if you ask her, it's Joyce Spindle Carver.
Okay. I think Spindle Carver got mentioned, right?
Yes, the receptionist.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Dr. Spindle Carver, could we look at that book that Sir was reading from?
As an inspector or as a medical curiosity?
What is he going to say here?
Do you need to defy the orders of your superior?
No,
Not this time?
no, I do need to give a monologue about the gods, so.
Good time.
Is there any are there any physical clues that an observant person would see that kind of pegs you as a follower of the Scrivener?
I think I'm still wearing my robe.
Hmm.
I'd never seen him in that before Grover came along.
And she says, of course you may come down and inspect it, but I'm afraid those of your faith tend to destroy that which they do not understand, and this prayer mark has come at great effort and cost.
I think I think Hugh kind of points at Grover in a she means you sort of way.
And she's staring directly at you. Yeah, Grover.
Let's see here.
Fuck that guy.
What was she saying? That people with my faith tend to destroy
Things that you do not understand. She's willing to show it to you, but hands off, basically.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I was just gonna say, like, I think, oh God, this is like, I think he kind of takes a breath and puts his hands on the railing and says, in the face of the mystery, he kind of looks off at the privacy curtain and says, oh, and going a little 1,000-yard stare, it's like, what do we really understand, you and me? We put our marks on a page, on our bodies, and maybe it does the trick. Maybe it lights the firework. But in the end, none of us understand anything. In the end, there is just the awe-inspiring mystery. The thing that not only is not known, but is not knowable. Will you, Doctor, ever really understand with a gentle capital letter on that, what you are doing here in this room? The way it works. The levers of the unseen world that reaches for and tweaks.
Yes.
I'll have
That
a
which
look at that
bears
book.
witness stands in direct opposition to your grub god, your worm, your fungus that destroys everything.
Termite tech.
That which
Never mind.
dedicated, even if individually we cease to understand, the knowledge is passed on to others who follow in our footsteps.
And I think as he's making his way down, it's like, see, that's the thing that always gets me. This notion that collectively we're smarter, that if we just pass along enough knowledge, eventually we'll get closer and closer to it. Grover, does that make sense to you?
Yeah, Grover's like, yeah, totally with you, boss.
And that's the exact opposite of the response he was practicing for. Never mind. I will look at the book, but not touch.
Yeah, it's a prayer mark. You could probably replicate it if you wanted to. It's unclear whether you could activate it without the proper or not, but you can make a note of it if you like.
Yeah. Okay.
Or if you want to try a
Fireball into someone's chest.
fireball.
Fireball.
Would you like to try to understand it?
I think so. Yeah. And can I get?
Contrary to everything you just said.
Yeah. Oh,
That's amazing.
I think it's like, yeah, I think I want to try to understand this. Is probably what he literally says.
That's our Hugh.
What are you afraid will happen when you preserve this knowledge in your mind instead of destroying it?
You know, what intrigues me is that I start having blips, like fugue states, where I jump forward an hour or some number of minutes, and I don't know what happened in the meantime.
It is worse than that.
Yep.
I think every time you jump forward, something that you have destroyed in the past comes back with you.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
To the chagrin of the Scrivener.
Oh, I see. Got it.
This is going to be with disadvantage, and it's going to be a revelation move.
Holy shit. What is a revelation move again?
It's going to be with communion.
Funny.
Communion, disadvantage.
Okay, baby.
Okay.
Oh, bunny.
But if you need to mark a verse of prophecy, I got your back and can inspire you.
And you do have inspired. You can use it.
I mean, if you want to die, I'll bring you back.
Well, I could also yeah, I could also make Grover help me.
Or use Grover, yes.
All sorts of good things you could do.
Okay, so I will motion Grover over to help me understand this thing.
Okay, sure, yeah.
And let's see. So that evens out me to no plus, no minus. Just -1. So rolling 2 dice -1. And there's nothing else I can do really, or can I burn the inspired to get advantage as well, or?
I'll just take you back up to normal.
Okay, yeah.
Advantage to cancel out.
Yeah, I can't.
It doesn't stack.
Yeah, no stackable stuff.
But if the result
is terrible,
that's when you can mark a verse of prophecy, and I can make you unmark it by inspiring you.
Okay, okay. I will try that. Okay, and then modifier is -1, and I'm rolling that 8.
8, not bad. That is a success.
Best title ever.
Thank you very much.
Just trying to understand what man was not meant to know.
Don't mind me, just trying to understand it.
Great. There's going to be a complication or cost.
How could there be a complication?
Unless you want to mark a verse of prophecy.
And make it awesome.
If you want to mark a verse of prophecy, if you want to mark a verse of
undo.
prophecy to mark it up, you can definitely do that.
I am intrigued by the complications, though.
Exactly. So
Feels deserved.
And
Yeah.
All of us poking back. We're all poking around back here.
We're all like, what could be dangerous about this?
Increase your communion.
Huh?
That will increase your communion.
What will increase my communion?
Marking your verse of prophecy.
Oh, let's see. I don't understand.
When you mark the ashen circle.
Oh, if I mark that and then undo it.
Actually, that is super appropriate for what you just did.
Oh no.
Or you mark it and I unmark it by inspiring you.
Yeah, but you still mark it and do the thing.
Yeah.
Interesting. So
and then I can mark it again and get more.
If you wanted to game it, you could get +3 communion by having him mark it and unmark it.
That's fucked up, but also kind of cool.
Man, I mean, yeah. And it's a time wonkiness thing too.
Yeah. And
so I could understand.
You're commanded to discard or destroy your writings, but you secretly disobey. Like that's directly attached to what you
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, it feels really what you've been doing.
All the video has frozen. Can people still hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear
And
you.
see you.
Crazy. Okay, so I will do the Ashen Circle.
Great. Why couldn't you destroy your initiatory writings?
Okay, my initiatory writings, I'm assuming, are everything I wrote about the Watcher and the Wings.
Mhm.
Like, I was told to write all of the secrets of that. And I think, let's see, why didn't I destroy that sacred knowledge? Let me think about this for a second. I think it's like, I think it's a combination of things. I think I think it's that he made friends among the followers of the Watcher in that phase of his life that were very dear to him, to the point that they trusted him with one prayer mark of great power associated with the Watcher,
Mm.
and to be used in the direst emergency or whatever.
Mm.
And the notion that destroying the way that the destruction works, I think, is that it, along with this, when you destroy the writing in this ceremony, it also like messes with your memories of the things.
Mm.
Like, what is written in your mind passes away with what is written on the page.
Nice.
And like, he couldn't stand to lose both the friendships that he had and like because I think when they gave him the prayer mark, it was like some element of prophecy to it. It's like, you're gonna need this at some point. We know how your storyline goes, to the point that eventually something's going to be really terrible, and this is going to save you from some fate worse than death.
Nice.
And so he's like, well, okay. I've destroyed one copy and squirreled away another copy of it, and
Maybe I should keep this.
So that bumps up your communion to 0, and it bumps you up to a 10 plus. I'm gonna say it's not an altar item, but mark it down there. You'll have a use of the time jumpy, or the anesthetic prayer mark, basically.
Okay.
That's the anesthetic prayer mark of the what do we call it? The
leading witness.
That which bears witness.
I'm gonna put the capital letters on that. One usage. Oof.
And then Sebastian, how do you if you choose if you're not gonna fuck him right now,
No, you could.
Well, here's the thing.
How do you inspire him to boldly seize the moment?
The thing is, I was just looking at it, and I don't think that's how it works.
As long as you're present in the scene when a fellow custodian would mark the verse of prophecy. Oh, they can mark this move and
Yeah.
Oh no.
So I think it's an either or.
We're still going to do it this way because that's what I said. So I don't want to take that away from you.
So yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure if Peter wanted to definitely unmark it or wanted to mark it.
I don't know. I mean, I was intrigued by the gaming aspect of like, yeah, I'm going to mark it, I'm going to unmark it. I'll be able to get
I'd say it's up to you. If you want me to unmark it, then we'll go with Mark allowing us to do that now.
Yeah. And then we'll just pull your communion back down to -1.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I can't like keep going up. Okay.
Right, yeah.
I guess all the way up to 3 and then stop.
I guess I'll keep it then. Yeah.
Keep it and your increased communion.
Yeah.
Versus a prophecy.
Maybe it's like part of Hugh's story too.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely felt appropriate. That's why I was like, as I was reading that, I was like, oh, this is instead of.
Oh,
no.
You would go to mark it, and I inspire you instead, and you don't have to mark it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Makes sense that your communion went up too, because it was like, even though you aren't always that faithful to the wax inscriptor, you were like, you believed in this Watcher of the Wing thing, and you believed in your.
Oh, yeah.
It was like there was some faith involved there, just misplaced.
Okay, I'm gonna try dropping and rejoining just because everybody's frozen for me. This will just take a second.
We'll wrap up right after this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's getting late.
Yeah. I was about to inspire Hugh, and it was like, nah.
Yay, everybody has
Like,
video. Okay,
Let me give you a
everyone's
few inspired. Never mind.
Cool. Then I think Grover is taking notes. He's like copied down the prayer mark and like
Oh,
up. And the doctor just like snaps the book closed in your face. Um, I think we'll leave it on that note.
yeah.
Oh, man.
And
Does
next
she know
round,
that Grover copied the prayer mark?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
There's a little bit of a smirk.
next game, our boss battle with the doctor will be killer. No.
Oh no.
Wow, we wanted to befriend every single person. The doctor was like a
Except
little
Grover.
rude to Sebastian.
That crosses the line.
They crossed the line.
Cool. Let's look at those end of session questions.
Yeah, we did it.
Ren.
I did mine. Let me see. Let me get down there. Oh, my little shortcut's not working. Wait, I feel like I did that. We didn't complete an assignment,
No.
but it's because Heath and I are good people.
So
we
really, you
get-
deserve XP.
So
for
really, we
that.
get 2 XP.
You did engage with the Karen Maiden.
Ooh.
Oh, I did, yeah. And I guess baby, who's
Baby.
an angel.
Yes. Yeah.
In our hearts, if not in the mechanics.
Yeah, so take 3 XP. That's good.
Yeah, I'll take 3. Yeah, because
Got
I
it.
delivered a monologue. Anyway, I did those things. So I'll get 1 advancement.
I'm gonna give 1 to Zeph just for being.
Don't be like me. Don't take your communion up to 3 because it's a waste.
What?
Because I'll get it anyway when I get the Versapropagation thing.
Yeah.
It's unfair.
Oh,
I should get
right.
4 communion.
Or it should just splash over into one of the other things.
You just like
Negative
zap
1.
things.
Rolls over
I-
to -1.
I don't want this to be happening. Let's-
Sebastian.
I did deliver my monologue, and I kept meaning to, but I don't think I actually did ever do my connect with the community thing.
Cool.
I can't think of anything that counts anyway. But
Um,
that's hey, 1 checkbox will get me an advancement, so that's
Sure.
something.
And Hugh.
I got my monologue in at the end. I want to give myself credit for connecting with the local community just because I was so like bullheadedly, yeah, let's go in there and talk to the people.
Why not?
And that fills that out.
Advancements for everyone.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I mean, I guess I always think a community is like more than 1 person. I mean, that counts. I mean, I definitely had the whole thing with the doctor
Hmm.
where I got her to tell me things from my play.
Use your best judgment.
Ooh.
Wow, I hate it when
I'm
you
not
say
the one who
that.
decides that you don't get XP.
It's
You
like
get
when Mark
paid.
says, "Do what you think is right."
I'm
like,
taking it.
ugh,
I am taking it because I
Can I have
forgot
this last piece of cake? Do whatever you think is right.
ugh.
Mm.
Well, I also just think, yeah.
I won't.
After Peter said that, I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
it did count. For some reason, community in my mind is always like a group. So like when I'm like the crowd, like, but it doesn't have to be a group. Good point.
Connected with Grover. Yeah, you get to choose your XP, not me, because that's how the game works.
Exactly.
Ding. Great. Let's do stars and wishes then, starting with Peter.
1 second. I've got there's a 1 unused advancement,
Mhm.
and
Get that
I'll
out later.
clear those. Stars and wishes. Let's see. Sorry for everybody for letting me on ramp halfway through the session. Star for Mark for just creating this consistently unsettling but superficially comfortable setting for us to explore. Stars to Heath and Nick for clearly having a very emotional thing that I blundered into, both for setting the emotional stakes and giving me something to play contrast against. Star for Nick for the discovery of Ren hates Grover with a fiery But we have encountered literally the worst things in reality. And,
This guy's too chipper.
I don't trust him.
God damn it.
He can't be that happy all the time.
And a star for Heath for going along with could you talk to this person? And then having a wonderful playing charm wonderfully in this whole thing. Wishes, let's see. I feel like Hugh needs to get called to account for Ren hates this place more than anything, and Hugh just kind of veering away from looking out for his fellow custodian and blundering into the clinic.
I hate this place. Let's go in.
Yeah.
Let's never go there. Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, and next time I'll want to get a book about the either about the clinic or about clinical care or the one that witnesses, just so we can all optionally get an advantage condition from that if we like. And I look forward to resolving the battle saint.
Cool. Heath.
Oh, what? Who's next?
You.
Oh, me.
Hmm.
Yes, stars for Peter for busting ass to get here and play at all. It's nice to. It made for a good, nice. Stars to Nick for just being like. It was a good scene partner when it was just two of us, and we were trying to. That was nice because it felt very. Yeah, it felt like we were both pitching in, so it wasn't. First, I was like, "Oh man, only two of us. We're gonna have to work real hard to do interesting things."
Hey, they cut my wrists.
Oh. So it made for like a nice,
Drama.
kind of a fun little arc where it started off as a two-hander, and then Peter comes in, expand the group, and sort of a fun few different flavors of the evening. And yeah, I mean, always stars to Mark just for running it in a fun and interesting ways, and not being a weird adversarial GM like sometimes happens in life. Wishes, yeah, I think it's time to close down the Vulcan's Vigil mystery. It's time to end it. Hopefully we'll wrap it up next time. Because also, oh yeah, you might have missed this, Peter, but Mark mentioned like we're only 2 conspiracy clues away from like the final confrontation.
Oh no!
Like 2 more conspiracy clues, and it's like the big confrontation.
But we have so many creatures to befriend.
I know.
We
right?
have friends.
So yeah, hopefully we shut down Wilkins, figure that whole mystery out. Figure out what I want for my advancement. I think that's about it.
Yeah, what is an assignment but a friend we haven't made yet? Yeah, I agree with a lot of the stars that have been said. This was a fun. I was also nervous of be like, wow, I'm gonna have to do a lot of things. And I was like, oh, actually, it made a lot of sense because Ren was already pretty upset by the Mog thing, that going somewhere else that was like pretty freaky and related to death kind of threw them over the edge. Yeah, the discovery that Ren doesn't like Grover was very fun because I was like, I can't explain that, but that's true. Yeah, all the Mark, I'm so curious about like what you were actually given on these NPCs because it seems like you were like creating such. It feels like from what we say, you create like lush worlds and like really fleshed out characters, and I'm like, you can't. It has to be like a lot of what you're doing. So I admire that. Yeah, and thanks for being a GM that lets us play. Yeah, thanks Peter for joining us even when you had stuff before. And a wish, I think I want to mark more prophecies. Like I haven't really been hitting many. And end. It's just because I'm too good. And so I just need to like not do so good.
You can always bump it up. Like if you get a 7, you can bump it up.
Oh,
to a
that's
10.
true. Yeah, maybe I'll start bumping stuff up to because I would like to learn more about Ren's past.
Yeah.
Well, also, yeah, keep in mind, I've got those 3 boxes to check that are basically free.
That's true. Heath
Free
will try to keep
upgrades.
us from getting those.
That's just it. That's the quote unquote
No,
problem
no.
with this group is like we love,
Consequences.
complications. So I'm like, no one's ever going to be like, hey, instead of me working on Mosh Prophecy, inspire me. Everyone's gonna be like,
No,
I'm just
I would
gonna
like
work it,
life
take
to be-
complication.
I would like life to be easy.
Like, come on, let me
100
inspire you, man.
history too, though. That's
Oh, and star for the last scene with baby. That was
Yeah.
very sweet. I like that baby's happy. He deserves happiness.
For Joyce Spindle Carver, I get 21 words of description.
Whoa, you made like a really great character out of that.
Hmm.
And she gets a little monologue, a little quote. Yeah, every character is like 2 or 3 sentences, maybe 4 sentences, and a quote. But that's it. It's not a lot to go on. The quotes are really good. Any other wishes?
A wish for 1,000 wishes.
Wishes. Damn. Cool. Yeah, this is fun. I was expecting to get the Wilkins Vigil knocked out, but this is great too. This is a super gross assignment. I can't wait to see all the gross things. And dangerous. There's a whole bunch of like, you met. Do you remember? Raise your hand if you listen to the whole series. There's a part in I think it's the 2nd season where Carpenter and the other one,
Wow.
Mason. No, not Mason.
Oh,
Another
Faulkner. I was about to say Sawyer, but what I meant was
Faulkner and Carpenter get taken to a little
Mark Twain, William Faulkner.
resort for a little. I think it's Reverend Toe takes them.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I'm like blacked out that episode.
Snuff gods is what they worship. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be great for you guys. And that is one of the 6 factions in this assignment. Yeah, the thing that happens if you leave it alone for too long is one of the factions takes over, which if it's brother thumb, that's gonna be real bad for everyone. Cool. Yeah, so just let's do it. And yeah, wish for Ben to be back next week.
Yeah, wish for Ben.
Yeah, that's all I got. Anything else before we say goodbye to the internet?
Nope, nothing from me.
Goodbye to the internet.